let me tell you, my core, my butt, everything is hurting at a whole different level. And it's like those bodyweight exercises are so humbling. They're so humbling. That's actually kind of what I want to talk about today. What's up, fam? Welcome to the Messy Action Podcast, where I plan to teach you to use messy action to finally level up in all aspects of your life. We will be talking all things health and fitness, business, relationships, and more. I'm your host, Courtney Lombardo. Now let's get into the show. Today, I'm going to talk about something that will directly help you kind of fix maybe the issues you're having in your health and fitness journey right now, and then find your inner athlete again. So what I'm gonna go into is why the basics in your health and fitness journey actually aren't working for you. Because we all hear it, like the basics are the best, basics are efficient, basics are the foundation, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, yeah, sure, okay, the research says it, don't show it to me again, I know it works. Don't show it to me again, because I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't work for many people, especially the girlies who are still listening to this podcast right now. Okay, so before we go into the episode, I just wanna plug myself real quick, because why not do it now? I'm tired of waiting for the end. So I want to talk to more people. The only way that can happen with the podcast is that if you promise to like the podcast, if you promise to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you promise to share it. More importantly, if you just share it, I don't even care. You just put it on your Instagram story, send it to a friend. I don't even care. I just want more people listening to this. Well, let's get into it. Courtney, can you define what basics even means? Well, thank you for asking. Yes, I can. So basically, the basics in this podcast I'm referring to is any traditional workout splits, exercises, general movements, etc., within your training that has been known for years upon years to be effective within training. This is normally our foundational movements within the gym. These are the ones that are researched most commonly. These are the ones in the textbooks. These are our basics. Cool. We know the basics work. Thanks. Thank you. Again, let's talk about why they're not working for you still. Just because the research is saying it will work doesn't mean it's going to work. And here's why. Personally, one of my foundational principles as a coach and an athlete myself is enjoyment. How simple. Enjoyment. Am I or my client having fun to some degree, with your nutrition and your exercise? In Atomic Habits, if you know, you know, the second law of building a habit is the law of attraction. If you have not read Atomic Habits, it is one of the most well-known books in the self-development industry. I know it's widely talked about. I know, again, this sounds basic itself, but this is actually a really, really good read. Ironically, now that we're talking about why the basics aren't going to work, this basic will work, I promise you. So anyways, his second law in there is the law of attraction, basically meaning and saying that we need to make a habit desirable. We need to make a habit irresistible for it to really click, for it to be something that could be sustainable. Therefore, as a former athlete, it is more than likely you get extremely bored with the basics, okay? I'm not shocked by it because I've been there, done that. What sparked this entire conversation is that I hired a coach a few months ago. He gave me a very basic program, and I went through it for the first month, and I basically was like, hey dude, like, it's just not clicking. I'm not excited to go to the gym. I'm forcing myself through all these workouts. And his response to me initially was, hey, here's the reasons why this works. Like, I know it's boring, but like, it's effective, and here's why we should change our mind about it. And I totally understand his perspective as a coach. I'm not knocking him, but him and I also speak to very similar niches and populations. So that is an athlete. So I started to wrap my head around why I was not enjoying my workouts at that moment in time. And then, even more recently, I saw a client of mine post a workout that I had not actually prescribed for her, but basically she was doing just a track workout. She was running up and down bleachers, etc., and she posted a selfie and then sent me a selfie right after and was like, dude, I am having the best week of my life. Like, that workout felt so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, Oh my gosh, she looks like me when I first started. So then I was prompted to go scroll through my old Instagram stories, and I'm like, there's me running up bleachers. There's me doing burpees on the sideline of the track. There's me doing box jumps in the middle of the gym. There's me doing rope things. Like, there was so much of that athletic movement and the dynamics that, of course, I was getting obsessed with the gym because it was so fun, and I was filming it and I was enjoying it. And that's the missing puzzle piece, period, for a lot of you, okay? So with this information, what do we now do with it? How do we kind of manipulate our training style to make it more sticky for former athletes and to make it something that we really do enjoy doing so that we want to keep doing it? What we need to do is basics in disguise. Basics work. We want to keep the basics. They're foundational for a reason. I'm not here to say anything very nuanced, okay? The basics are right. We should be following them to a certain degree. But how can we spice them up as a former athlete, once again, is number one, stick to a split, but don't marry a split. Okay? You should have a foundational split that you're following. By the way, if you don't know what a split is, it's basically how many workouts you're doing within a week and how you are separating them. So you'll hear very typically someone's doing back and bi, chest and tri, legs, whatever, or push and pull, that sort of thing. So that is a split. So you want to follow a split. You want to have a foundation, but make sure not to marry it. Don't beat yourself up if you don't want to go hit legs one day and instead you'd like to go to the track and go for a run. Take it with a grain of salt, but you get what I'm trying to say. Next, add room for spontaneity. So those two go a little bit hand in hand, right? So as long as we're not married to a split, there is that room for spontaneity. Saying, hey, maybe on the weekend, like, I am going to do something really dynamic and outside of the gym and just fuel my athlete soul. And that's more than okay. And that's going to help you so much, I promise you. Just be like me frolicking in the field this morning. That gave me so much dopamine, and that is what we were truly looking for. Next, adding in dynamics after compounds or at the very end of your workouts. I still want you to protect your energy for your compound movements, so that's why I'm saying after those or at the very end of your workout. So ensuring that we are still delivering most of our energy to those main strength building exercises, and then after it, having some fun, throwing in the box jumps, throwing in the assault bike, the push-ups, the sit-ups, whatever it is for you, you can throw that in within your workout. If it's going to make it a little bit more sticky for you, who cares to the degree that it might change how you're going to build strength? That is my genuine opinion. Who cares? Okay. Next, play around with supersets. Play around with variations. I feel like people are so strict to just go from one exercise to another and are afraid to use supersets because of maybe some of the research that they've seen, some influencers talking down on them, saying how they make your exercises less effective. Again, who cares? Who cares if it makes you more in tune with what you're doing at the gym, if it keeps you off your phone, if it keeps you not as bored, if it keeps you busy? Who cares to a certain extent? Have some fun. Try a superset, try a tricep, try a burn down set, like do whatever, a drop set, do whatever you have to do to add some enjoyment. And then lastly, try out some workout classes. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, but please refrain from going all in. Do not sign up for unlimited with group fitness. Please. I'm going to stand by that. I will die on that grave. Do not sign up for an unlimited pass for group fitness. Make sure your unlimited pass is with your gym membership. That is your bread and butter. And then add in 4 classes a month or 8 classes a month. But that is it. Leave it at that. Allow it to be like a once or twice a week thing where you go in, you get that high intensity, you get that accountability, you get that community, and that should be enough, right? You do not need that accountability every single day. Please do not rely on that. Everything I've told you in here will help you far more than doing an unlimited pass with your group fitness. So again, to wrap it all up, just know at the end of the day, your health and fitness journey is truly a habit you need to build, right? So everything I'm saying is found within the fundamental principles of building a habit. You have to like what you're doing. It's going to be so much harder to create a habit around something that you despise or that is so boring or just doesn't not fill your cup. Make sure there's a why, number one, and number two, add some enjoyment because there's nothing wrong with it and people try to demonize it. So we're done with that. Habits are 10 times more difficult to do and build if you don't like it. Anyways, to wrap up this episode, just know if you do anything else today, let it be messy action in any area of your life. Just go do it. Go take messy action and stop being the not yet person. Deuces.